I like to say that professors who love teaching teach students to love learning. Before the internet ruined the world, learning was a much more organic experience. And that's one of the things that I really love and appreciate about jiu-jitsu is that no matter how much quality content you consume, at some point you're going to have to get around other people. You're going to have to train with other humans in real life so that you can get better at the sport. And that's one of the things that I appreciate about jiu-jitsu the most, that it reminds us that we need each other, that physical touch isn't just a love language, but an essential part of humanity. And I believe that this style of fighting is easily in the top 5 most intimate things you can do with another human. Because of that, we as professors and coaches are responsible for doing everything in our power to create an academy experience that's above board. That is, your academy should be a clean ecosystem, hygienically, ethically, mentally, morally, physically, and even metaphysically. I realize that to many individuals, this might seem a little overwhelming, but these are definitely the things that you should wrestle with before you take on a population of eager students. But I have found that the solutions are very simple. First of all, we have a vision for our academy. And second, we have pillars that point us toward that vision. And I'll include some video links in the comment section below on those specific topics. Essentially, our vision is to create a safe and fun environment for men, women, and children to effectively learn and practice the art of jiu-jitsu. Yet embedded in that very simple vision is a ton of intentionality. I realize that the vision I have for my academy is probably a lot different for the vision that you have for yours, but I would imagine that our goals are very similar. I think we can agree that by and large, a professor or a coach's goal is to successfully transfer the knowledge of jiu-jitsu. That needs to be the primary focus and the primary goal. If it's something else, say making money is my number one goal, or looking like the cool guy in the academy is my number one goal, then I seriously doubt that you're going to have any success, and I promise you won't have any joy in teaching jiu-jitsu. A core desire to give something that money can't buy is a paramount to be a success as a professor. Truth is, you can't force the transference of knowledge. You can't grit your teeth and make this happen. You might be demonstrating world-class technique, but if your students aren't grasping what you're teaching, the fault and the responsibility lies with you as the professor. When our students are struggling with a bit of tech, we usually encourage them by saying something like, the problem's never with jiu-jitsu. And we mean that in a really encouraging way, that they know that they just need a little more practice to refine their movement. Think about it. If the problem isn't with jiu-jitsu, and it most likely isn't with the student, that means it's with me, what I'm teaching, or the environment that I've created. I've learned that the environment which you create, and make no mistake, if you are the professor or the coach, you are creating the environment of your academy. The environment you create will either help or hinder the transference of knowledge. And that makes sense, right? Now, consider the axiom of jiu-jitsu, which is minimum effort, maximum efficiency. Minimum effort doesn't mean no effort at all, and it doesn't mean very little effort. In fact, minimum effort could be quite a lot. What minimum effort means is just as much as it takes. And I can tell you that if you invest even a little bit in creating a safe and fun environment, the transference of knowledge will take care of itself. If your students feel safe, they'll let their guard down. If they let their guard down, they'll start having fun. And when they're having fun, learning comes easy. It's no longer a chore. What's more is that you'll end up with a strong student base who are excellent learners and an absolute joy to be around. Here are some things that you can add to your academy right now that will make your experience much more safe and much more fun. First of all, no egos, no tough guys, no bad attitudes. This starts at the top. Everyone taps to everybody. Nobody's competing with each other. The students in the room are not at competition with one another. They're teammates. Number 2, take it easy. No one becomes an expert at jiu-jitsu by being an unruly, over-aggressive mat monster. In fact, that's one of the best ways to hinder growth. Consider this. Make it co-ed friendly. I think one of the metrics of measuring the quality of an academy is how many women feel comfortable training there. Make it a safe environment for women by telling everybody that your jiu-jitsu academy is not a dating pool, that the women and men should be viewed as teammates, brothers and sisters in arms who are all headed towards one goal. Here's an easy one. Be friendly to everybody who comes in. Greet them with a smile, a warm hello, a high five, a handshake, a hug, a fist bump, whatever it is that you guys do, whatever comes natural. And don't forget to include your students, especially your senior students. Make sure they know that everybody who comes in the room has a name, and they should know that person's name. And they should also greet them the same way, with a hug or a handshake or a high five. Just be happy to see everybody. Also, consider using a game for your warm-up. This is a really simple activity. There's tons of resources on the internet, lots of ideas of how to play games, but a really small investment in some sticks or some tennis balls or heck, we even play dodgeball with socks. You know, whatever you can use to make it fun. You're going to spend a lot of time together. If you have a student who starts at white belt and makes it to their black belt, you're going to spend probably 10 or 13 years on the mats together. Man, you guys should be having fun. You guys should be close, and there should be times that you really, really enjoy it. Yes, we're taking the art seriously, but we should also be serious about enjoying our lives. Also, consider breaking your students up into groups rather than pairs. I think we kind of get stuck in a rut sometimes, and we're always like, pair off, and you two go work together, and you two go work together. But sometimes it's fun to have a group of 3 or 5. You can do tiny tanks. You know, it's like Shark Tank, but smaller. We play a game called String Theory, where we put a string of movements together, and then the students kind of teach that string to each other, and they get to work as a small group rather than a large group, and it really does help to create some unique bonds and some strong friendships. We believe the best way to learn and absorb is when the environment is safe and everybody's having fun. But what about you? What about your academy? What things are you doing intentionally to make your academy safe? And what are you doing intentionally to make your academy fun? Leave those in the comment section below, because I think we would all benefit from it. Thanks for watching. I hope you and your team have a safe and fun week training, and I'll see you on the mats.